ahead and get started.
Yeah, Ryan, how different has this spring been for you now that you've been full go, and how would you evaluate how this spring has gone for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a pretty good spring so far. Obviously, there's ups and downs of the spring. New guys, everybody trying to learn different things, but I think from here, from where I am right now in the spring to where I was last year, obviously with the injury, I think I progressed a little bit. Being in the offense for a good amount of time now, everything's starting to slow down, making faster decisions. So I think it's been really good for now.
Ryan, over here. What's it been like competing with Gunnar this spring, and how do you think that competition has made you a better player?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I think that's why you come to Georgia, just to compete and get better no matter what, every single day. I mean, you hear the quote all the time of iron sharpens iron, so however way I can make Gunnar better and however way he can make me better. But I think overall, that's just why you come to Georgia, is to compete.
Do you feel this is a actual competition, or that they're just going to slide Gunnar in because he has more experience? And what did Mike Bogo tell you guys about the competition, I guess, when Carson was in?
Yeah, I mean, kind of basically what I said over there. No matter what, at Georgia, no matter who you are, no matter where you are on the depth chart, you're always going to compete. I think you're competing with yourself every day as well. You're just trying to be better than you were yesterday, and putting your head down and going to work every single day, no matter where you are on the depth chart.
What did Bogo tell you?
Just get better every day.
Ryan, whenever you talk about the game slowing down for you a little bit now, give me some examples of kind of how that's taking place, what happened.
Yeah, I mean, when you've been here for a certain amount of time, around a year, you've seen a lot of things so many times, and eventually it gets to the point where, okay, I've seen this before. I've seen what the defense likes to do in situations like this. So the more you see it, the more you understand it, and everything starts to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, I think a couple guys tonight have talked about how well you know the plays, you're making checks and all this stuff. One, just what is the process like of learning that as a freshman? And two, last spring when you weren't able to be on the field, how much was that almost maybe a blessing in disguise to fully dive in the playbook a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it just takes patience, it takes time, and it takes the ability and a willingness to work every single day, all day, every day, just watching a lot of film, learning from your mistakes. And I think obviously last spring I missed a lot of reps just because of my leg injury, but I was able to sit back and make sure that I wasn't just sitting back there doing nothing. I was taking mental reps and just kind of doing everything I could, whether I was playing or not, just to get better every single day. But yeah.
Ryan, obviously, G-Day Saturday, what's kind of your expectations for what you want to get out of that, and just, how big is that for you, just kind of put a, finish touch on the spring with that opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get to wear pads and play in Sanford Stadium in front of your fans and stuff like that is a blessing. So I think just being able to go out there and soak up the moment, play with my guys around me, and obviously as a quarterback's job, it's just your job to serve others. So whatever I have to do out there, just to serve others and get the ball to playmakers.
Ryan, you talked about competing with Gunnar on the field. How do y'all balance competing on the field but helping each other off of it?
Yeah, I mean, I say this to people all the time. I see Gunnar more than I see my own family. So, I mean, we're with each other all day, every day. And Gunnar's a great kid, great friend. So, I mean, we're always just trying to help each other get better every single day. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, what are some of the specific things you still want to work on that might help you ultimately win that starting quarterback job?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to watching film every day and slowing the game down. I think how slow you can make the game and how fast you can make decisions is what makes you a really good quarterback. So as much film as I can watch, obviously continue working on my intangibles, accuracy, footwork, everything like that, whatever's going to take me to the next level.
When you look at Gunnar, is there anything you feel like you've learned from him in the time that you've been a teammate with him?
Yeah, absolutely. I think on the field and off the field. Just have one conversation with Gunnar and you understand that he's a great kid. So I think just taking things from him, how to approach the game, even just watching him when he was a backup, how he went through everything and how he approached the game, definitely for me was good to see him.
Ryan, here's the really important question now. Have you seen Gunnar's cows, and have you ever had a chance to feed them yet?
No, I have not. I have not made my trip up to Raven yet, but maybe sometime in the future I will.
Again, looking at G-Day, what do you want to get out of it in terms of your performance, hitting certain goals that you have for yourself in the last scrimmage?
Yeah, I think just going out there and putting my best foot forward, serving others, being a leader, just being connected with my guys, getting my touches with them, just having a good time, just going out there and balling in Sanford.
You know, obviously you and Gunner have different skill sets. Just what's kind of been the difference as far as, you know, what you've seen from him versus what you've seen from yourself, and how have you been able to, okay, well, he can do this, I can do this also, but how have you kind of had to, you know, I guess compare as far as what you're getting out of what you're seeing out of his reps, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, the moment you get to Georgia, you understand that every single person in this building is talented, and they wouldn't be, if they weren't talented, then they wouldn't be at Georgia. So I think just really just putting your head down and focusing every day and just putting in hard work and just doing whatever you can to take that next step and getting better every single day.
2 questions for you. One, do you feel like you can be Georgia's starter today? Do you have enough command of the offense to go out there and be that guy today? 2, what's it like coming from Avon to Georgia?
Yeah, I definitely think I can. I could right now, definitely. I think if you're in the quarterback position and you don't believe that you go play, you should probably do something else because you need some confidence. But coming from Avon to Georgia was a blessing. I mean, Avon did a lot of things for me on the field and off the field. I wouldn't trade my time there for the world. They made me into the person I am today. And definitely super grateful for Avon.
Yeah, Kirby in a radio interview today made a reference to the backup quarterback being the most popular player on the team, and I'm just curious, how do you block out some of that social media chatter or some of that, you know, praise saying, hey, we should play this guy and play him over the established starter?
Yeah, I think just the biggest thing is just putting your head down and going to work every single day, regardless of the noise, regardless of what people say about you, good and bad. I think you just have the decision to make when you wake up in the morning, and am I going to get better or not today? And that's really that simple.
Yeah, other than the injury, obviously, how was your first year at Georgia kind of match the expectation of what was laid out to you during your recruitment in terms of being developed, obviously sitting behind Carson last year, everything like that?
Yeah, I definitely think I've developed a ton, mentally and physically, at the quarterback position. I think obviously that's why you come to Georgia, to get developed, to get better. And I mean, I'm happy with the progress I've made so far, but obviously there's a long way to go, and I'm excited for that.
Ron, you've been a guy who's obviously never been afraid to compete. I mean, everybody knows the story of another quarterback who was going to come here at one point in time. You were asked all the time, but what about this? I mean, you want to come to Georgia, but you were always saying, I'm not afraid. I mean, where did that where did you kind of come from, and why weren't you afraid to come to Georgia and get your best?
You know, honestly, I really just think it comes down to having a love for where you want to go. You know, I came to Georgia, I came on multiple visits, met with the staff multiple times, and I love them every single time. And I think it's rare to find a school that you truly love, and when you really love something, you're willing to do everything for it. You're willing to wake up early the next day and go to work, do whatever it takes to get better. So I think it would have been tough for me to find another school that I loved as much as Georgia, and I still feel that way.
You just talked about a few moments ago about having the ability to sit behind Carson and watch him. What's one thing you're trying to take away from Carson's game and add it to yours as you go into compete for this job?
Yeah, sitting back and watching Carson was amazing. You know, I learned a lot of things from him on the field and off the field, just like Gunner. But I would say he's got elite accuracy. He's elite in the pocket. He's very good at making decisions in crunch time. So I think taking a lot of, I mean, there's a ton of things I could take away from him and Gunner's game. But I think just taking away the crunch time, I think that he's shown where he's delivered in tough situations. So, however, really anything I can take away from him, honestly.
So last year, SEC championship game, Gunner's head goes flying. What's your thought on the sideline there as you try to mentally, you know, did you know that Carson was going to go in and make that handoff? Obviously, there was a lengthy review. Just can you take me through your process when you saw that happen? I thought, I might have to go into this game right now.
Yeah, I think, I mean, it's tough to do when you're third string or fourth string, whatever you are, to go into a game and be like, okay, I might get in this one. In reality, the chances of it are probably very slim. But I think it's a necessity. You got to be able to do it, no matter how hard it is or whether you think you're going to get in the game or not. So I think no matter who you're playing, whether it's Texas, Alabama, or someone else, you know, you got to be able to get ready wherever you are on the depth chart to go out there and play. So I think, yeah, it's really that.
Yeah, Ryan Montgomery's in somewhat of a similar situation as you were last spring as far as not being able, you know, being limited.
Yeah.
Have you had any advice to him, and with what he has been able to do, what have you kind of learned about him?
Yeah, I did. We had a conversation about it because we have a couple classes together. But I think, you know, you get hurt at the moment you get here, and obviously the reason you came here early was to get reps and, you know, get acclimated to the offense. But I think you get hurt and you have a decision to make, whether you're going to take mental reps or not. And Ryan's done a tremendous job of that. He's in there meeting early every day, taking mental reps, and I'm definitely proud of him and the way he's handled it. I think I went through the same exact thing too, so trying to help him as in any way I can.
What's kind of been your process of trying to, build those connections with, not just your offensive linemen, your defensive, your receivers, but just the defensive linemen, the linebackers.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're in a quarterback battle. Just how much are you trying to, make sure you have those relationships throughout the whole entire team?
Yeah, I think we talk about it all the time in our program connection, and I think that's not just something we talk about. That's what we're about here at Georgia. So I think anytime you can sit with someone else or someone new at lunch or any type of meal and get to know somebody and get to know why they do what they do is special. So I think, just meeting new people, not just hanging out with quarterbacks, not just hanging out with wide receivers, but like you said, obviously hanging out with D-linemen on the defensive side of it too, and just trying to get to know as many people as you can.
Time for a couple more.
You mentioned that you have confidence, and if you don't, then you shouldn't be in the position. What is your weakness? What do you need to get better at?
I've been asked this question before, but I usually give the same answer. I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice to just focus on one thing to get better. I think at the quarterback position, there's a lot of things that you need to work on. And to focus on one thing would be a disservice. I think you constantly got to be working on everything, mentally, physically, just to make sure that all your tools are sharp when you need them.
Coach Andis was just in here talking about roller skating as something he likes to do away from football. Do you have anything out of the ordinary, or would you just say you pretty much love football?
I can play the guitar, a little bit of the piano too.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you bring it out to your teammates here?
My roommate's Jada Riddell,
Oh.
playing Irish, but not really anybody else. I just started, so I'm not like crazy.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.